Welcome back to The Foundation. This is Swaytoven. And in this video, you're going to see me make changes to this old project from last year, 8/12/2024, to make it better. Because I was looking through my files, I said, okay, I like this song, I remember it. I never finished it, as you can see from the vocal recording down there. I listened through it, and it was terrible the way that it was mixed. So I'm going to show you what was wrong and the way you should do it. But when it comes to compression and stuff like that, you can go watch another video. At the end of the day, the things about compression, even equalization, I'm pretty sure even gating, all of those things are about volume. You know what I'm saying? Some sounds can't go past the level of the gate. Compression is turning, you know what I'm saying? So if you were into that type of stuff, it's just at that point, you're going to actually realize it is by ear until I guess there's certain techniques you need. But regardless of that, we're going to listen through this and it's just you're going to hear the difference, right? Now, I do want to make a video on how to make a song. I would make videos on just me making melodies from scratch. I would put the beat, and you can literally go see those. I'm not a popular YouTuber. I would just do it because I was doing it. And if the vibe was right, then I could make the lyrics. And I only started making beats because I didn't want to pay for those beats, right? So it's just sometimes every once in a while, it felt like I had the right type of setting, environment, the beat. But a lot of times it didn't. But recently, which I'm about to show you right now, right? You see all these older files right here. Some of them don't have titles. Some of them are just dates, right? Because that's when I started working on it. I probably don't remember what this is, until I listen to it. But it's just and then I started to ramp it up, right? There's a lot of people that are how do you make beats? How can you put rappers on the beats? This, that, and the third. But that's not the what you want to do. Right, you want to be able to create your own formula that still works within the confines, like a snare hitting on a 3 and a 7, right? You don't gotta do anything too crazy. You can change up a bit, but it's just you want to make your own sound. You don't want to make a beat for Lil Uzi or anything like that. You don't want to make a beat for NBA YoungBoy. The chances that it actually works out that way. So you should just cultivate your own sound, pretty much. So that's just my opinion. But yeah, so this was me in my phase of just making beats, the sound. What am I doing? I'm trying to sit here. I'm trying to make these melodies. I'm stressing over the drums, and I always use the same 808. I'm pretty sure I have the Cody, the same 808, bro. Ain't nothing crazy. And it's just it got to the point where it's just it's a mindset thing, all right? Because then it got to the point where it's you know how to make a beat. How many videos have you watched of people telling you how to make a beat? You know what I'm saying? So it's just it got to the point where I started adding titles to it. I started saying, I'm not doing enough, right? So let me start adding lyrics to the stuff. Now you're starting to see, more titles and stuff like that. They're always ideas. Every beat is an idea, but it's just how do I make it further? It can't just be a beat. You know what I'm saying? So After Party is one of those songs, which this is called After Party, by the way. And it's an idea. I have a lot of ideas. I have songs that are just starters. Yeah, kind of nice chorus. Probably didn't get into the verse. Then I have some songs that I finished. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. But this is what it sounds like, and I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with it after we listen to it, because it's obvious to me now. Maybe not to a lot of people. And it's some couple minor changes. Some of it is volume to make sure that your voice stands out. But just listen.
Pulling up into the after party, see them shaking some ass. Strippers riding up and down the pool, they raking the cash. Couple of rents all in my pocket, wonder long it's gon' last. Wish she gets with all the asses in my yellow fast. Working like she from the streets, but you can she got class. Couple scars she tryna hide, show me she got a pass. I ain't even gotta ask, I know she up for the task.
I don't even think you can really hear me that well, and it's whatever. One thing I just changed while I was playing it was the mono stereo separation. When I first started putting my vocals over it, I didn't understand the importance. I knew people were talking about mono and stuff like that, sending things right down the middle, but I didn't understand the importance until I started just putting my vocal in mono and then rendering it out, and then listening to it on the speakers, because it is trash if your vocal is in stereo. I'm pretty sure there's a cool effect to do with it, but it's just it sounds bad because, all right, let's hear this again. Let me see.
That's all in my
No, because the thing is, it's in mono, but it's panned. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to pan stuff because of like the stereo separation. Like, you don't have to do that. Put it straight into mono. Probably gonna sound the same, but.
To the after party, see them shaking some ass. Strippers riding up and down the pool, they raking the cash.
I don't have headphones on, but I already starting to hear the difference. So vocal in mono doesn't need any type of panning. And with that in mind, you're going to want some mono plugins. Now, this is a stereo plugin for gain. I don't even think I need that. And then I realized that compressor was in stereo. So it's like, I don't know what that does. Adding a stereo plugin to a mono source or whatever like that. But just to keep it easy, just put a mono compressor on it. You know, I guess if I wanted to create some side information, you can use mid-side compressors, I suppose, and maybe that has to do with like, you know, mono and stereo. So it's just like.
To the after party, see them shaking some ass. Strippers riding up and down the pool, they raking the cash. Couple bands all in my pocket, wondering long it's gon' last. Wish it used to not let us.
And then it's like, I didn't even know I had a limiter on here. Like, that seems kind of silly now that I'm looking back at it. So we're just gonna get rid of that. Listen to it again.
To the after party, see.
No difference. Didn't hear a difference. Now, I'm not saying a limiter is wrong, but at this point, I'm guessing this had to be the last time I put a limiter on a vocal, because after that I didn't really have many ideas, like I said, of vocals, but it's just like, why? You know what I mean? Vocal reverb, okay, that's cool. And look at that. We just kind of used two things. Maybe what I would do from this point now, and I kind of already did it, is raise some frequencies.
To the after party, see them shaking some ass. Strippers riding up and down the pool, they raking the cash. Couple bands all in my pocket, wondering long it's gon' last. Wish it used to not let us in my girl look fast. Working like she from the streets, but you can she got class. Couple scars she tryna hide, show me she got a pass. I ain't even gotta ask, I know she up.
Something that on my journey of like learning this stuff, depending on what frequencies you equalize in your vocal, you can bring out certain things. Now, of course, what I'm about to explain to you, probably the high end. I like to do that. You know, it's going to be different for per voice. My voice sounds like the way it is right now, and I just put it right on a singing mode. Like, you don't hear any type of la la la. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like this, but more melodic. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, I think there's a lot of talk about having your vocal sit on the beat. At the same time, it's like, maybe I haven't perfected it. Maybe I haven't tried. But since I like to work with sound, I would simply just, what I would imagine is just, you know, fine tuning your sounds in terms of frequency, of, you know, to where like you don't want it to clash with your main vocal frequencies. Sum up all those sounds into a mixed bus, like a melody bus or some shit like that. Further equalize that, and then just like mix your vocal and that together. I don't have that. These are all apparent. Oh, the drum master. I don't have a melody master, but imagine this drum master was the melody master. It's like, you know, I would do some individual EQing to these sounds. I would go into the master, put another EQ, and then just like carve out a space for the vocal. You know what I mean? It's probably like what it would be. Nothing crazy. It sounds like an interesting, cool concept, but it's nothing crazy. Like, my mic is clear enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really tripping about if it's $1,000 mic, because I don't have that. You know what I'm saying? So what I just did was I just switched that stuff to mono. It really does make a difference. Like, if I were to like go back and play this like in a van or something like that, drive for Amazon, it would just sound better. Except for the fact that this 808 is loud. Now, something that I've had to learn is how loud these sounds can be, especially after you put something on the limiter and like with a multi-band compressor and the master, it just gets louder. The snare is all the way up, which is crazy, because like if I were to listen to this, that's not these monitors right here, I suppose, it'd just be too loud. You know what I'm saying? So I already know really to turn everything down. Like, I should turn all that down. The kick, that's crazy ass loud kick. That's nuts. Like that's crazy.
To the after party, see them shaking some ass.
I mean, pretty much everything now is too loud. That's hilarious. Okay, let me see. Does that reset it? It does.
To the after party, see them shaking some ass. Strippers riding.
Now, I mean, what I would do at this point is because I don't have a crazy mixing technique. It's like, well, it's gonna go down the middle, and that would be like the vocal, the kick, and the 808, and it's just like I would focus on that, and like all the melodic stuff, that's background stuff. You know, like I used to focus on the melody so much, like just you'll watch a YouTuber how to make these dark melodies, how to make these emotional melodies, and then it's just like you'll just kind of want the melody to stand out more than maybe a vocal. Yeah, I don't know. So it's just like, you know, the vocal's supposed to stand out, how loud.
To the after party, see them shaking some ass. Stripper.
And like what I would do at this point, I would turn everything up. And like maybe this is like not a good idea, but I would just mix it into like a multi-band compressor. Like I would mix it into its final stage. This is all I would add. Like I don't know why I have Maximus on here. That is a multi-band compressor, so whatever. If I'm not mistaken, pretty much compression, right? Yeah. But yeah, here you go. You know what I'm saying?
To the after party, see them shaking.
Since I'm guessing I like have what I have right now. Like
to the after party, see them shake.
One thing that I look for in this is like the snares, the kick, and some other percussion that might possibly clip, not to clip, which means that if you look over at this doesn't like that.
To the after party, see them shaking some ass.
That bar doesn't go above 0. I've never really seen it go above 0. Only seen it hit 0. Maybe I've seen it go above 0. I probably have it limited all the time. But it's just like, you don't want that. Like I usually end up turning, yeah.
To the after party, see them shaking some ass. Strippers riding up and down the pool, they raking the cash. Couple of bands all in my pocket, wondering long it's gon' last. Wish it used with all the asses in my girl look fast. Working like she from the streets, but you can she got class. Couple scars she tryna hide, show me she got a pass. I ain't even gotta ask, I know she offered the task. Take me right into the back for a private lap, let her wear that diamond chain, keepin' while I make it rain racks.
Now, since this is going to a master, I don't mind having the master all the way up. I'll just like have small tunings of volume for everything else, basically.
To the after party, see them shaking some ass. Strippers riding up and down the pool, they raking the cash. Couple of bands all in my pocket, wondering long it's gon' last. Wish it used with all the asses in my girl look fast. Working like she from the streets, but you can she got class. Couple scars she tryna hide, show me she got a pass. I ain't even gotta ask, I know she offered the task. Take me right into the back for a private lap, let her wear that diamond chain, keepin' while I make it rain racks.
Alright, so what I'm hearing right now is that harp a lot.
To the after party, see the
Maybe not. I feel like the vocal could get turned down more. Like I feel like there could be a little bit more mixing, like better just cohesion, but
to the after party, see them shaking some ass. Strippers riding up and down the pool, they raking the cash. Couple of bands all.
I listen to it loud and I listen to it turned down. Like if I listen to it loud, I can hear at least maybe some imperfections. It's weird is because these all seem to be level. It almost seems as if it doesn't matter. And maybe it doesn't because I've already pre-panned like some of these things. There's already a little bit of separation. There's already some EQing from when I worked on it earlier. So it's just like, yeah.
To the after party, see them shaking some ass. Strippers riding up and down the pool, they raking the cash. Couple of bands all in my pocket, wondering long it's gon' last. Wish it used with all the asses in my girl look fast. Working like she from the streets, but you can she got class. Couple scars she tryna hide, show me she got a pass. I ain't even gotta ask, I know she offered the task. Take me right into.
And this is something that I've noticed in some of the songs that I've started to like complete a little bit more. Maybe it's a low end thing right here. Like I feel like if someone else were to listen to it, it might not sound as clear. So that might mean it doesn't sound as clear to me, yet I already know what I'm saying. So it's just like, you know, maybe I gotta start going into the 808s. And
to the after party, see them shaking some ass. Strippers riding up and down the pool, they raking the cash. Couple of bands all in my pocket, wondering long it's gon' last. Wish it used with all the asses in my girl look fast. Working like she from the streets, but you can she got class. Couple scars she tryna hide.
I don't know what type of EQing that was on the 808. That was nuts. I don't know how that would have been useful. That's crazy actually. So I mean, I just made it back to normal, I guess. But I mean, as you can see, I made a couple changes just to like maybe get it to a better point. Maybe next time I come visit this, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's other people that do this better. But what it's weird with me because if it sounds good, the idea's good. I could probably keep working off of it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Pulling up into the after party, see them shaking some ass. Strippers riding up and down the pool, they raking the cash. Couple of rats all in my pocket, wondering long it's gon' last. Wish she used with all the asses in my girl look fast. She from the streets, but you can she got class. Couple scars she tryna hide, show me
Nothing crazy.